Hello and welcome to the Loon. I am he. I'm leaving a bit more room here for graphics. Let's begin. Canada has a new passport design set to roll out this year. These new passports will come in two designs, one generic-looking one with an updated look, and one which says "Fuck Trudeau" on it. The latter will cost an extra $50, all proceeds going to... Oh, hang on, I've just been informed that the Fuck Trudeau passports have all sold out. God, you people are easy to fleece. Teachers at a Quebec school have decided to replace Mother's Day with Parents' Day. This was done, in part, to ease the suffering of children who recently lost their mothers and don't need the reminder. This will be very effective because, as we all know, mothers aren't parents. No, Jimmy, stop thinking about your dead mom. It's not her day today. RCMP members in Nunavut, Nova Scotia, and Alberta will begin testing police body cams ahead of a national rollout. Which raises the question, wait, they didn't have them already? Free menstrual products will be available at federal workplaces later this year. This is celebrated by men and women alike. Women will have access to products they need, and unoriginal conservative douchebags will have a prop to use for their hilarious Trudeau has his period jokes, which only get funnier when repeated a million times. The top baby names in Canada have been compiled into an online searchable database. Now you can search through all sorts of different names, see all the popular normal names, then ignore it and call your kid Aiden with a Z or something. Justin Trudeau is headed to Asia this week, where he will make his first official visit to South Korea. When asked why it took him this long to make the trip, he responded, I just remembered it's the North ones who are the bad ones. In a big win for green energy and jobs, Canada has secured a $14 billion deal with Volkswagen. Or Volkswagen. The automaker will be setting up its very first battery plant outside of Europe in southwestern Ontario. This follows a chance meeting on the streets of Toronto between Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne and Volkswagen North American CEO Scott Kioch. I'm sure I pronounced both those last names wrong. According to Champagne, they already had a meeting set up, but then he literally just saw the dude walking down the street and was like, hey, welcome to Canada. One thing led to another, and now they own a bed and breakfast together. Well, no, they don't, but the city of St. Thomas, Ontario will be getting an electric battery plant. Yeah, I'm sure there's a rom-com in there too. The Alberta wildfire continues to rage, forcing more evacuations by the day. Some claim this could have been prevented had the government not cut funding from the RAP Attack program. No, it's unfortunately not a sick rap group, but rather an elite group of firefighters who rappel from helicopters to douse wildfires before they can merge with other fires. This program was cancelled in 2019, saving $1.4 million. So yes, some people may have had their lives destroyed, but they saved a sweet penny or two in taxes. Bunch of ungrateful whiners. World news. Russia has been accused of recruiting former Afghan Special Forces members to fight in Ukraine, which raises the question, did they not see the Afghanistan pullout? They lost in like a day. Look, I'm not judging, they're probably more capable than I am, but if you're invading a country, your bar should be significantly higher than whatever this is. King Charles III was recently coronated. Is that a word? It must be. Anyway, the whole event went off more or less without a hitch, but I can't get over how, despite being aged 74, he still looks like a little boy who suddenly had kingship thrust upon him like King Arthur. Whenever I see him, I can only picture him mumbling, oh, where's my mummy? Okay, now I'm just sad. Here are some photos of him visiting the set of Doctor Who to cheer you up. How adorable is that? Speaking of Who doctors, the World Health Organization has declared an end to the global public health emergency relating to COVID on Thursday. And suddenly the Republicans care about the Who's opinion again. Neat. When asked for the reasoning behind the decision, Who officials responded, honestly, COVID is still killing people. We're just tired of being called cucks. Time for some pop culture news. Robert De Niro welcomed his 7th child recently at the age of 79. The actor said he wouldn't call himself a cool dad, going on to say he'd call himself more of an old as fucking fuck dad. Turns out Gaylord Fokker was right, you really can milk anything. Yeah. MTV News has been shut down after almost 40 years as part of larger layoffs at Paramount Global. It was a staple for hip Gen Xers and millennials. Unfortunately, I am not remotely hip, so I had literally never heard of MTV News until today. In his final Late Late Show, James Corden addressed the increasing divide in America. His solution? Have everyone come together in their mutual hatred of James Corden. I actually don't mind him personally, I'm just go along with the meme. I hear he's a jerk. Sports! In Maple Leaf news, I'm happily eating my words. Last episode, I made a rather pessimistic Game 4 prediction, but the boys in blue and white proved me wrong with a tight 2-1 victory in Florida, keeping them alive to fight another day. Not that there's any damn fighting anymore. Anyway, they're playing tonight, so seeing as it worked last time, I'll try again. They're definitely gonna lose. Update. It didn't work. They lost. Sorry. Screw sports, let's move on.
Patreon.com/Ronpon. Patreon.com/Ronpon. Patreon.com/.
Now it's time for news below the belt. In American news, former US President Donald Trump had a town hall recently moderated by CNN's Caitlin Collins, who had the fun job of trying to fact-check him in real time, which is kind of like trying to catch a hippo's poop. There's far too much flying in unpredictable directions, so you just need to accept that you'll be covered in shit by the end of it. Trump also recently had to pay $5 million in damages to E. Jean Carroll after a jury found him liable for sexually abusing and defaming her. Advocates believe his words were harmful as they would contribute to rape culture, though some disagree, claiming that the larger contributor to rape culture is all the rapes he's done. Allegedly, New York Representative George Santos has been indicted. Charges include wire fraud, money laundering, and just being a giant dork in general. The Bachelor Utah started this week. It also ended this week as The Bachelor decided to just marry all of them. It didn't actually happen, I just thought of that joke. It's probably been done already, I don't know. Following his firing from Fox News, Tucker Carlson will be relaunching his show on, wait for it, Twitter. When asked for comment on the potential for right-wing misinformation stemming from this, Twitter CEO Elon Musk said, "I will work hard to prevent bad actors from abusing my platform for nefarious motives." I can't do the voice. Just kidding. He will, of course, continue to actively boost their messaging as they're the last group of people who don't think he's a massive douche. I hate Twitter! Speaking of Twitter, Elon Musk will finally be stepping down as CEO of Twitter after being voted out by users, a few months ago? Little is known as of yet, except that she is a woman and will be starting in 6 weeks. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out to be Elon Musk. According to Musk, his role will transition to being exec chair and CTO, overseeing product, software, and most of all, making the most cringeworthy tweets imaginable. Oh, this just in, as it turns out, between writing that last bit and filming, Musk announced that his replacement will be Linda Yaccarino, an American media executive. Interestingly, she's also a member of the World Economic Forum, a group often targeted by conspiracy theorists with various bonkers claims of world domination. Musk is taking some heat from said conspiracy theorists because, of course, WEF conspiracy is but one right-wing conspiracy Musk has helped promote in his desperate attempt to be liked by all the wrong people. Tweeting on January 18th of this year, WEF is increasingly becoming an unelected world government that the people never asked for and don't want. The voice is getting worse. And now he has placed a member of this shadowy cabal in control of one of the largest social media platforms in the world. Consistency. Twitter is also under fire for their actions in Turkey after caving to the government's demands to restrict content during a tight election. Musk claimed he had no other choice, but then Wikipedia straight up owned him, pointing out that when faced with a similar decision, they fought it to the Supreme Court of Turkey and won. And as someone who once donated $5 to Wikipedia, I just need to say, you're welcome. Jeez Louise, that's enough Twitter news for a while. Moving on. In AI news, a new paper has managed to use the powerful AI large language model GPT-4 to understand the hidden functioning behind one of its less powerful predecessors, GPT-2. This could be an important step in research into AI interpretability and could help lead the way to a better understanding of more powerful models. This even got the attention of AI doomer Eliezer Yudkowsky, who said he was encouraged by it. He still thinks we're all going to die, but he's slightly less certain now. Gotta take the small wins. This wasn't a very funny bit, but I think it's important. I'm scared. Advances in genome editing continue, bringing us one step closer to designer babies, where parents can choose which genes they get, which will result in a whole whack of uncomfortable conversations. No, I'm sorry, your nose sucks, and I will not have my kid grow up with that thing on his face. Honey? And now it's time to go to the vault. Let's check out the vault for some random stuff I wrote down at some point. Why are we surprised Republicans like Trump? They love vapid blondes with big tits. The biking stop symbol is dumb. When you tell someone to stop, you do this. You don't go, hey idiot, you need to stop. Lawyers are like hand jobs. There are a million mediocre jokes about them. You think Superman got off on people seeing his junk? I have this condition that makes it hard to remember names. It's called crippling narcissism. Why is it that British people don't pronounce an R at the end of the sentence unless there isn't supposed to be one? Stop being wrong on purpose. I'm not sure if I have anxiety or I've just lived a uniquely embarrassing life. Some people say I'm a bad loser, but it's not my fault. They just have more practice. This has been The Vault. That's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, press the buttons to help me get the channel monetized. And if you want to be more directly charitable and get your name in the credits, you can visit patreon.com/Ronpon. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and stay smiling.